CapeTalk was relatively new at the time. We weren't even a year old yet. This was 25 August 1998. It was a Tuesday evening. I was at the office for some reason or the other, and the call came in that there was some sort of an explosion at the waterfront. Now those two words, explosion and waterfront, obviously spurs you into action, but as a journalist you want to make sure that you're not rushing out for nothing. So I made a couple of calls to try and figure out what it was. The more and more calls I made, the more it became apparent that this explosion was in fact a bomb blast, or could be a bomb blast. Further along, it became clear that it might in fact be Planet Hollywood, which was only a couple of months old at the time. And there was a lot of fanfare around the launcher. International franchise, finally here, it had big names attached. In fact, Wesley Snipes had just been here a couple of months earlier to come and open up Planet Hollywood. So all of this was going through my head as I was racing there. And I eventually got to the waterfront, parked outside Planet Hollywood, illegally I'm sure. And at that point, I had imagined that what had probably happened was a gas explosion, because that's fairly common in relatively new restaurants. But when I got there, it became clear that it was something entirely different. There was confusion everywhere, there was debris everywhere, people had panic-stricken faces, and you could see diners in their finest being hauled out of the restaurant. You could see some of the staff coming out, and it really looked like a horrible thing had happened. Later, of course, it became clear that it was in fact a pipe bomb. I think it was the following day, possibly 2 days later, when a claim of responsibility came into CapeTalk at the time. Marian Merton took that call, and it was claimed that the predecessor of Pagat had been behind the bombing, so that linked it to what was happening elsewhere in the world and said that the Planet Hollywood bombing was in retaliation for that.